Hey guys, hope everyone's having a good Wednesday. Now, this is actually Sunday afternoon. I'm out here checking on the garden, and I just finished recording my Monday video about spraying for grass on my gravel driveway. And I was looking out here trying to think of something else from a Wednesday video and noticed a big problem. So here we are. You know, I've talked about I need weed out here. I've talked about my raised beds, but right now my raised beds aren't doing very good. And let me show you what they're doing. They're drying out. All of these are, and I've been watering them every night, and they just get dried out really quick. They're not retaining a lot of moisture like my garden is out here. So I've got sunflowers up there that's wilted like crazy, but I come look at these sunflowers out here. These are some of my American Giants. Look at them standing up tall. I mean, I'm watering them too at the same time, but these raised beds are just not holding the moisture like the garden is. So there is a benefit to having this clay soil in that it does retain moisture a whole lot better. So what I've done on these raised beds, and I just fill these up mostly with bagged topsoil from this box store uptown, Atwoods. And that's what's in most of these. Now, some of them have, the first one back here, it has, it's mostly that compost that I used earlier in the season on my garden. That's pretty much all that this bed is, with just a little bit of that topsoil mixed in. But not much. These other two are all that bagged topsoil. So there's just not a whole lot of moisture retention in there. Now I noticed, you know, I had my cabbage right here in this bed here. Back in the spring, early spring, late winter, early spring, I planted a cabbage there, and they did really good. But then the stuff I planted next to it did good for a while. But then once it started warming up, started drying out just a little bit, I started noticing it. And now that it's July and it's hot and dry, we hadn't had rain in a while now. It's really hard to keep it moist enough. At least for me anyway. I need to water more, I guess. But so let me ask you this: those of you that do raised beds, what do you put in them? I know that up at Atwoods, the box store I mentioned, they've got some Miracle-Gro, what they call Miracle-Gro gardening soil. I just wonder what that does, if that's a little bit better. I just don't know. So I'm asking y'all, and asking you for some input. What do y'all use for your raised beds? I really like having the raised beds, but I'm noticing that they're not retaining moisture. Now, certain times of the year, they'll be fine. But now it's getting hot, they're not the spot for my stuff. So here in my garden, what I'm finding is, what I've been doing is just taking that bagged topsoil, putting a whole bunch in there, amending the soil with it, and then tilling that in. And so then I get a little bit more organic material, matter, a little bit of looser soil in my clay, tilled up, and so that makes things a little bit looser, and it also still has the moisture retention of the clay soil. So I know that works well, and I think I need to be doing more of that. But I want y'all to leave me a comment below and tell me, what do y'all do for that, for building raised beds? Because I like having the raised beds. You know, they're really good to have around here, and especially for those times that I mentioned where maybe I can't get out here in the garden, but I can work a raised bed a little bit more when it's a little bit wetter. Those types of things. I really like having them. So I need to do some work on them, and I need some help on that. So y'all leave me a comment below. I'm just out here looking at things. Like I've said in earlier videos, I've had some success and some failures this year, and my weed management has been a failure for sure. But that's okay. Things are looking pretty good for as hot as it is right now. I've pulled a whole lot out. I've just pulled out most of my tomatoes. You see this big pile here? I've pulled out most of that. I'm gonna get in here and work on that this week, and I have some more stuff to plan in there that I'll be talking about next week, I hope. Man, look at my daughter's zinnia patch here. Can you see those? They are beautiful. Now, I did grow up with grass a little bit just because I wasn't getting in there. I about tripped. But man, those are pretty. Our sunflowers back here on the back, these autumn beauties. Look at these. Now this one here is my tallest sunflower I got right now. It's 7 foot tall. I measured it yesterday. And it's from the Autumn Beauty mix from Hoss. These are my American Giants here. I measured it, it's just over 5 feet, so they're growing good. They've not started to really head out much. There's a little head in there, but not a big one yet. So I'm hoping if I keep pouring the water to them this week, I'm really hoping to continue to see those things grow and see what I get on that. There's been some really amazing entries on that showdown that I've seen from all of the main players in that. And so anyway, I'm out here rambling now. I'm gonna get out of the heat for a little while, I think. And probably out here later this evening to work on a few things. But I appreciate y'all watching this one. Like I said, leave me a comment on your raised beds, what you put in your raised beds, and what success, what failures you've had with raised bed gardening versus in-ground gardening. So, hey, y'all take care. Leave me a comment if you stop by. I'll catch you on the next video. Goodbye.